Hi and welcome to Online Marketing Success. In this video I would like to talk about online marketing and how you can build your online business. Exactly 25 years ago, and actually yesterday as I'm recording this video, the internet was launched for the very first time. So think about that, only 25 years ago, and before that we had traditional marketing methods. You know, things like TV ads, we had newspaper ads, ads in magazines, and so forth, and flyers and whatever else physically you could use to create more sales and create more customers. But the world has changed, and today most of advertisement happens online. It happens on our smartphones, it happens online. We have email, we have social media and so forth, and the world is changing. And with this change, there are some people who are losers and some people who are the new winners, which means that certain jobs have become obsolete. Certain people have lost their job, have lost their careers because they are no longer necessary. But on the other hand, today we have brand new opportunities, things that have never been here before. Interestingly, 85% of all people today, when they want to buy something, they go first online to check it out. So let's say you want to buy a new laptop computer. What are you going to do? Well, typically you go online, you check out what the models are, what the prices are, then you either order it online or you go to the store simply to pick it up. So the person at the store is not necessarily a salesperson, is more actually an order taker these days. So they just basically take the order and you already know what you want because you made your decision online. So the whole buying process has changed because we have all the information available, which means business is changing and the way people buy things is changing, which means if you want to start a business, you must incorporate your online strategy accordingly, and you must understand how people think and act when they go online to buy a certain product or service. Technology in general has improved our lives in many ways, but it has also made certain things impossible these days. Let's say sales. For example, cold calling has become increasingly more difficult because people have caller ID, they see who's calling, they don't just answer the phone anymore, they've been oversold, they're tired, and so you see that kind of side, that side of the technological advancement is, let's say, a disadvantage for salespeople. So salespeople today, if they want to sell their products, they need to rethink their strategy. Things need to change a little bit because cold calling in the traditional way, in sense, has become harder and harder, and for some people almost impossible to generate enough business. Now, the advantages of the internet are as follows. We have the speed of communication, we have the low cost of communication and the marketing ability, and the interactivity with the worldwide market. You can send a message to the other side of the world or to the whole world, to 100,000 people at the same time in a matter of seconds. And that is something that hasn't happened before. So the internet has brought brand new opportunities to this world. And you live in the best time today because we are at the beginning of a new age. We are in the information age, and with this we have new great opportunities, and it's up to you to take advantage of them. Now, do you remember the time when computers came out? So before that time we were using typewriters, and people who were old school, so to speak, were using typewriters, and they refused to use the computers because they said, well, we've always done it this way, we've always worked this way, So we don't want to use the new computers. Now, the same is true for many people today. You know, they gotten used to a certain method of doing business. And now we have social media, we have all these new advancements, and people are refusing to accept that change because they've always done it a certain way. But the problem is they're like dinosaurs. They're going to die out one day. Now, you can fight the change, you can be against the change, but the fact of the matter is this change is happening and you should profit from this change and you should adapt to the change because the choice is yours. Now, if you do that, then there's a whole world of possibilities. Now, let me give you some examples. Frank Kern, who is one of the top internet marketers today, he actually lives here in San Diego as well. He made $18 million in 24 hours, okay? That's unbelievable. Well, it wasn't from one day to the next, but it was the power of the internet, okay? The power of his marketing system that he was using. Now, Jeff Walker, who wrote the book Product Launch Formula, and he wrote this book here, he actually made $1 million in 1 hour with the system that he sold online. Okay, and it wasn't like, as I said, from one day to another. It was over the course of 10 days where he prepared his list, his emails, and so forth. And then when the open cart started, within 1 hour, $1 million. I mean, those kind of things are unheard of. What I would also recommend you do is this. There is a great CD series from Anthony Robbins, and he interviewed the best of the best in this business, in the internet industry, and he wanted to find out what are the new money masters doing and what do they know or how do they do their business so that they can make millions of dollars. And even Jeff Walker here, that wrote this book, he has students and he has sold over $500 million worth of products, or his students. So just imagine the potential that is out there these days. Another person that he has interviewed is Russell Brunson, and he wrote this book, .com Secrets. And I want to encourage you to read this book. It's an amazing book, and it will open your eyes of how you can make money. He talks about funnels and sales funnels and so forth, and it's just great. So as you can see, new opportunities are there, and what was possible in the past is now, what was not possible in the past is now possible and doable in a very short period of time. We are in the information age, which means people are willing to pay money for information. So today you don't have to go to university technically anymore. You can learn anything there is to learn online on the internet. Let's say you want to learn about brain surgery, it's there for free. You want to learn about rocket science, you can learn it all online. Okay, so all the information of the world is there. But we have so much information available that we are drowning in information, but we're starving for wisdom. So here's where you come in. Now, if you have a certain skill or talent or knowledge or something where you're really good at, then that's what you should make your business focus in. And you don't need 6 billion people. You don't need the entire world to be your client, but you need the people who you could teach your special skill or talent to. So whatever product or service you can create, you should sell it online. Now, this program is about how exactly you can do this, and I will teach you everything that I know. But here's something very interesting, and I actually have it here, and I'll show it to you here on the screen. And it says how to make $1 million. Well, first of all, you could sell a $200 product to 5,000 people. Well, think about that, 5,000 people. That's not so much. I mean, you can build a list of 100,000 people, an email subscriber list, and you keep emailing them. And let's say over time, 5%, which is 5,000 people in that case, buy your $200 product, which pretty much everybody can afford, and that's how you make $1 million. Or obviously there's more examples here. You can do a monthly subscription, or let's say you have a more expensive product that costs $4,000, which could be like your coaching system or your seminars or something like that, and you sell it to 250 people, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that is also going to generate $1 million in sales for you. But the whole thing comes with a downside. Now, there is no such thing as an internet police, which means you can write whatever you want online, and there is a lot of BS out there, okay? And there's a lot of people trying to teach you stuff that just doesn't work or just in for the money. Okay, so 65% of all people don't believe a word that anyone writes or says online anymore. Okay, so everybody thinks it's BS. So companies have a much harder time to get clients because there's so much BS out there. Now, trust, on that hand, has become a huge factor, and you need to win people's trust first before you can sell them anything. And so in order to create the perfect sales or marketing message for your product or service, you must understand how buyers make decisions, and you must implement a process that is first non-threatening, which means that they have a low risk in the beginning, that they don't lose any money. So let's say if you have the greatest product in the world and it costs $10,000, people are scared to trust or believe you because the $10,000 is a big deal because they could lose that money. So what you must do is first offer a free product, or let's say a free PDF report, or a inexpensive product, let's say for $9.95 or for $19.95, some sort of a cheap product where it's very low risk in the beginning, but they can make the first kind of interaction with you. They can start to trust you. They make a buying experience with you. And once they have that initial trust, then you can sell them a more expensive product and a more expensive product and so forth. And eventually they're ready for the $10,000 product. But at first, you need to establish that trust. And that just stays the same in online marketing as it was before. Now, where do you advertise to the world today, okay? Because you have so many options, okay? But it's very simple. You need to go where people are. And it's very simple, and there's only a few or a handful of options that make sense. In the old days, we used to read the newspaper, but the newspaper doesn't exist anymore. What do people do today? Facebook, okay? So we have 1 billion Facebook users, and we have 3.5 billion Google searches each day. And so you need to go where people are right now, where they are today. So basically you need to advertise in Facebook or on Google, okay? Another option you have is YouTube. YouTube is also very popular, so you can advertise also there. So those are your main marketing channels. And that's where you should place your ads. That's where you should start your strategy, because this is where your clients are. And now today with Google Analytics, you can define your target group. You can, with Facebook too, you can define if you want male or female, what age group, and so forth. And you can have all these parameters that will help you to define the perfect audience, and that's going to be most effective for your strategy. I want to share with you Frank Kern's example, how he got started. And I thought it was an amazing story, because Frank Kern looked at Google and he put in with Google AdWords, what was the term that was mostly searched or looked for in a particular day. And he found out that it was how to get your parrot to talk. Now, he didn't have any ideas about parrots, okay? So he had no experience whatsoever. But he knew that 80,000 people at that particular day were looking for that term. So what he did is he went on an online portal like Elance or Upwork, where you can hire someone who has a specific talent or knowledge or skill set. And he hired a person who was actually a vet online to write a book about how to get your parrot to talk. And this book cost him $600 to produce. So he had no clue about it, but he found someone who was a specialist in this field. Then what he did, he sold this book online to his email address to those people who were looking for that particular catchphrase, and he made thousands of dollars with that kind of knowledge, with that kind of PDF. So you see, you don't necessarily need to you don't need to have your own product. What you need to do is you need to find out what is it that the market wants, and then you need to give it to the people who are looking for a certain product, and you can provide a product by simply making the transaction happen. In the past, when you watched a TV ad, you saw the perfect model presenting a product, and everything was done perfectly, and then the product was presented and so forth. But times have changed. You see, people don't trust many companies anymore if it's done absolutely perfectly. What they want is an authentic person. They don't want a faceless corporation that says, oh, we offer you this and we offer that. What they want is they want someone they can relate to, someone personal, someone that they can trust. So sometimes creating a sales letter or a video message that is not necessarily done perfectly, but it is done from a person that you can relate to, is going to be more effective than the perfect generated ad, so to speak. Okay, so always remember, in today's age, you need to develop a relationship with your audience. So in social media that means you need to communicate with your audience. You need to present yourself in a way that people can relate to you, so they can trust you, so that eventually they will buy your products. There is no more security in a paycheck. Online businesses are the future. And you can even do it this way. You can even build an online business from at home, from your garage or wherever you are, and you can hire a team of virtual contractors who live in India or China or South America or wherever, who do certain things for you, but all you do is you organize the whole thing and make your business work. And guess who works like that, which is Aben Pagan. He has over 80 virtual people who work for him like that, and he makes millions of dollars every year with his online business. Now, most people want to have a business based on lifestyle and not necessarily on the business needs, which means there are several advantages that you get from running your online businesses. And here is the list. First, you can work anywhere in the world, which means you no longer need to work from a specific office. You can work from home, on holidays, with your laptop, with an internet connection, and that's possible. Then second, you don't need to wear a suit every day or get dressed up. You can be in your pajamas or naked or whatever you prefer. And then you have a passive income because your online store, for example, works 24/7. And the ideal situation would be, obviously, to generate so much money that your current cost of living is always covered. And then finally, you work on projects that you are only excited about. So which means you only work on certain things that you want. And then you don't have to deal with people that you don't like, who complain or who are whiny or whatever. You can only work with those people that you want to work, okay? The people who are your people, who buy your kind of products. And then you can get up in the morning whenever you want. Some people need that. You can follow your hobbies or passions, whatever else you have in your life going on. If you like animals or golf or whatever it is. And then you have maybe more time available for your family and kids because you don't have to travel 2 hours every day in a car, standing in traffic and so forth because you work from home. And you don't need to take every opportunity that comes your way, whereas before you were desperate to make money, but now you are in control. And then obviously you're not bound to a local business where you have to go to a location or a store anymore. So those are a lot of positive changes and things that will benefit your work and life balance. We are still only at the beginning of a new market development. We are at the beginning of a new time. This is your greatest opportunity. Today is your greatest opportunity, and I want you to realize that, okay? The internet has only been around for 25 years and practically only really around for, let's say, 15 years. Now, this means that you have a chance like no one else to make money online, to generate an online business, to establish yourself, to learn, and to do it now, okay? Imagine 20 years from now, you wish you would be back at this moment in time and start an online business. And now, welcome to your lucky day. Today is your greatest opportunities, and I want to encourage you to go for it with all your heart.